back to another plan with me. Here's a little flip through my July so far. This week we're going to be planning for the second week of July in my Erin Condren Dashboard Layout Life Planner. This week, I am going to be using a journaling sticker kit from Hand Can Plan. I thought this kit was just super cute. I love the colors and the prints that are in here. So I decided that I was going to try this out for the dashboard layout. So this kit is not specially, designed for this format, but I think that it's pretty adaptable to use with any layout. So I'm going to give it a try this week. I've never used this before, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, but I think that I will be able to figure out something that's going to work. First, I'm going to take this washi and cut it to the size that I want. So I still want the July 2025 to show at the top of the page. So I'm just going to cut out a chunk of this in the middle so that you can still read that, and then line it up to the other side of the page. So I'll have a little leftover piece. Stick that extra piece back on the page in case I want to use it later, and line this up with the edge. And the spacing actually turned out pretty good there, so that will work. So I'm going to grab all of the headers for the days of the week and add those. This week is not a super busy week for me. I am starting to teach a second session of summer school. I am a preschool teacher for our local school district, so we do offer some tuition-based summer school options. They are just more of an introduction to school for very young children, so we get a lot of 3-year-olds, and during the summer, the program is only 3 hours a day. So it's nice for me to kind of keep me in a routine of getting up in the morning, going to work, and then I can do whatever I want for the afternoon. So it works out pretty well. I hope that everybody here in the US had a great 4th of July. Ours was pretty chill. We just went and swam at my sister-in-law's house. They have a pool at their house, and I got to play with my baby nephew and swim with the family, so that was a lot of fun. We also did, my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law and I did a 2-hour jazzercise workout in the morning. It was a special class that they were doing, and we're all members, so we went to that. It was definitely challenging, but we had a lot of fun. So I got to do that for the 4th of July, and then we came home, and our neighbors, we live out in the country, so our neighbors around us shot off a lot of big fireworks, so we just sat in our backyard and watched those, and it was a pretty relaxing day. Our dogs didn't like the fireworks very much, but we did sedate them a little, so that definitely helped. So here you can see I'm trying to choose some headers to go over here on the right side of the dashboard layout. So I did put the to-do one where the to-do list is, and at first I put this week labeled down on the notes section, but I did decide to move it up where the priorities box is. Instead, I decided I liked it better there, and I used the habits label for above the habit trackers. I'm still a little unsure how I'm going to use the notes box consistently here on this layout. was trying to write summer school and the times on these labels, but I quickly realized that was not going to fit. So I swapped it to just writing summer school. And then later I'm going to write the time right next to the label with the word summer school. So that worked a little better for me. Guess my handwriting's a little too big for these. Now I'm adding in my daughter's gymnastics practices for this week, and then while she's at gymnastics, I always go across the street and work out at Jazzercise. So that just works out well for us. Gives me something to do while I'm waiting for her, since gymnastics is about 30 minutes or so from our house. So it's hard to go back home and, come back during that time. So I prefer just to hang out and wait. So if I work out, that eats up some of that chunk of time that I'm spending just waiting for her practice. Okay, now that I have all the routine events for the week, I want to make sure that I am not forgetting anything out of the routine that's coming up. And then when I looked at my monthly view here, I remembered that I am actually going to a basket weaving class on Sunday with my husband. This is what he wanted for his Father's Day gift this year. He loves to learn and make things. And so he asked if I would go with him to learn how to weave a garden basket. So that is going to take up most of the day next Sunday. And we will be traveling to St. Louis to do the class. So I'm hoping it'll be a lot of fun and kind of a great date day with my husband. Last week I used this bottom section to plan our meals for the week, and so I did like that, so I decided to go ahead and use that again the same way for this week. So I wrote a little label that says meals here at the top, and then I wrote down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there are only 6 lines there. And actually, I do usually only plan 6 dinners for the week because we tend to eat out at least one night. And usually that would be Friday. A lot of times we order pizza on Friday evenings or go out to eat somewhere. So I just decided to leave that one off and plan for the other 6 days right here. So next you'll see I'm looking back at the week before and checking to see what items I did not finish on my to-do list. So I'm moving some of those over to this week's to-do list. And I do like the habits that I have been tracking lately. So I'm going to write the same habits for this week. And those are just some of my foundational habits that I use to keep my home clean. So I try to make sure I have the dishes done every day. I make my bed every day. I do a 10-minute tidy, so just picking up things around the house for about 10 minutes. I try to do at least one cleaning task a day. So one day it might be vacuuming, one day it might be cleaning the bathrooms, just different things like that. And decluttering is another thing that I've been working on. So just trying to find at least one thing, or ideally more, each day that I can get rid of. And then, of course, I put down Jazzercise because I do have a yearly goal to go to 150 Jazzercise classes this year. So I am tracking my progress towards that. And as of this month, I'm a little over 90 classes so far, so I should be making it to 100 by the end of this month with no problems. So I'm very excited about that. I'm definitely on track to make that 150 classes for this year. Thinking about my priorities for this week, the first one is going to be to get stuff out of my house. And that just means that I have been procrastinating for a little bit now to take all of my donations to actually the donation center. And normally I set up a time where I can just run those by, but it's just been a little busy during the times that it's been open here recently. So I just have not gotten that done. We actually have a local free store who donates all of those items, like to families who need them, so they can just come in and get what they need for free. So I like to donate all of our nice, gently used clothes and household items there rather than taking them to Goodwill. The other thing that is a priority for me this week is just working on planning ahead. And so looking forward towards the school year that is going to be here before I know it, when I go back to work full time. So I just want to make sure that I am looking ahead and getting done the things that I need to do now while I have more time, and getting done things that are going to make my life easier in August when I have a new group of students coming to school and things get a little more busy and more stressful. Another thing that I'm looking forward to this week is that Erin Condren is going to be releasing their academic planners. That is going to happen on Tuesday, July 8th. The new planners will release. So I am going to be reviewing a academic planner. So I should be hopefully receiving that very soon so that I can put together a video and some other information for you guys so you can see what the new academic planners will look like and what your options are, and you could make a decision on whether you would like to order one or not. I did use the academic planner when I recently completed a graduate degree, and it was very helpful to keep track of all of my assignments and projects that I was doing for my grad classes. Okay, I think that is all for this plan with me. Here's a look at my spread for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already so that you can see all my future videos, including that academic planner video that will be coming very soon. See you later.